Hey everyone, welcome to another video review, and this is the last member of the Assaultus team. It's the Mastermind Creations Perfection Series Studio Aux PS-17 Probus, aka their version of Brawl. And you can see he is a nice military green tank, which we'll put off to the side here, because we're going to look at the box real quick. Yes, the final box of the set. Yeah, you can see there he is. Nice bit of artwork there. The ground assault, the grid pattern, Perfection Series, done in that nice Decepticon blue and purple metallic effect. Got shots of the figure up here, all built in. You got a nice little shot of Probus there on the side. You got another shot of him on this side. On the bottom, you got the warnings and whatnot. And hey, look, the entire lineup of the team is now here. And on the back here, you have, hey, look, you can transform from a tank to, from robot to tank to a leg. And there's the full combiner and tech spec, with including a bio and whatnot, including this stuff. And of course, once again, little red filter things so you can look at the bio and whatnot. And along, of course, with that tech spec, or not tech, yeah, tech spec and reader, you get the card. Yep, the good old Masterpiece style card. You got that, and once again, tech specs and bio on the back here. 2.5 for courage. Oh. It's got the instructions for how to transform them, which are pretty decent. I didn't see anything really hugely wrong with them. I believe there's a couple things we didn't really mention super well, but nothing that you can figure out yourself. It also comes with the instructions for installing one of these things, which is the new ratchet for the Volatus side of the combiner. Tells you how to do that, although these aren't the greatest instructions because they kind of just gloss over something really important. Hopefully my video, which I'm planning on doing, will help with that a bit. But yeah, here he is, Probus in his tank mode. And yeah, it's a nice chunky little tank. I mean, you can see that I believe it's a leopard of some sort. I can't remember the exact, but yeah, it's a leopard. Someone else will know better, but it's a tank. You can see that, it's green, got a gray barrel, some little mirrors, a little, I guess, grip bar, little antenna. The antenna here are separate pieces. You just peg them in, and they're nice. They're little rubbery plastic, so there's no real danger of them breaking. You got the treads with the gray and some silver for the, I guess, wheel part. Everything, the mirrors themselves are picked on silver. You got some little red tail lights, some little bits hanging off the back of the tank here. Some molded detail. You got that, that thing, all this stuff. A bunch of molded detail in it. And a little periscope right here with a little bit of blue picked out for the actual glass, I guess. Yeah, he doesn't have working treads because of the way he transformed, but he has little tiny wheels here. You can see that they're very tiny, 4 little wheels. And also very clean underside, by the way. Yeah, he rolls pretty well, all things considered. His turret can actually go up and down. That's the range of that. If you want, you can also have a shorter barrel if you really want, but that's really intended to be this long. The turret also rotates. You can hear that ratchet. Yeah, that ratchet there, it rotates pretty well. The periscope here can actually rotate all the way around if you want, so, it could look around if you want. And both these hatches actually open. And there's nothing in there, just some green, but hey, they do open, so that's pretty neat. And he has a couple accessories which both can be used here. You got the little machine gun, which can be just pegged in right here, with the hatch open, so it looks like someone's using it or can use it. And you got these guns for his, kind of emulate the ones he had on the old toy. And this thing transforms a bit, and you just kind of have it in this configuration and just tab it on the back end. There you go. If you want a fully crazy armored up tank. Armed up tank and whatnot, just because one tank gun is not enough. You need more gun. Yeah. This is a really nice little tank mode, and I really like it. And there's these little hook things. I'm not sure what these are for. There's nothing, they're mentioned in the instructions, but these little tiny hook things which can rotate on here. I'm not sure, not sure what they're for. They're not mentioned in the instructions. Nothing about them mentioned in the transformation or anything, so I'm not sure, or at least I didn't see. But yeah. Gonna put them there because I'm gonna get the rest of the team because we're all here. They're all here now. So you got Impetus. Got his other leg Fraudo, the other leg Fraudo, yeah, which is noticeably smaller. Volatus over here. And Incursus. Way over here. You can see that. Yep. There's the whole team. And yeah, I didn't mention this in the PS14 Plus video, but yeah, you can actually tab this gun in. It's just you can't tab this gun and the little green gun, and that's my real complaint. Not so much you can't tab it in, so much as you can't tab both guns in. You can see that. There's the whole team. Kind of hard to put them all together in one shot because they'll just type space and their sheer size. But yeah. Get them out of the way. There's also one other accessory in the box I'll get to a little bit later. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how both these guys become a leg. Even though, look at that size difference. So that's pretty neat. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and transform into the leg, and then we'll move on from there. That is the leg mode right there. You can see, yep, he's pretty thick. He's a bit wider than Frado, which, yeah, I'll get that into the more specifics of this sort of thing in the full proper combined video. But yeah, you can see, yeah, he's a fairly chunky leg right there, but he compacts well. So he is the same length as Frado is in this mode, obviously. But yeah, it's just compacts pretty well and whatnot. And also, once again, all the weapons can store away, which is nice. There is some, what was it I was thinking of? Some of it, I trying to remember. Some of it's kind of annoying because it's just clearing stuff. And these, like, for example, these arms, when you're trying to push to tab them in, because of this stuff, it's all at an angle, can be a little bit of a pain to get it all to tab in properly. But it tends to be pretty solid. It is very solid once you get it all tabbed in together and whatnot. And I'll do these panels as well because of the way they tell you to do it in the instructions. It can be a pain in the butt to get these panels out. I can't seem to get it without either a spudger or doing it at a different point in time. So yeah, that's the leg mode. It's really nice actually. It works really well. It's again pretty beefy. It'll help keep assault just a bit more planted overall. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy into, well, robot mode. Okay. And yeah, Probus's robot mode. Get him to. Some of these joints are a little stiffer, like in the foot. The ankle joint's less stiffer than I'd like it to be sometimes for the robot mode. But hey, I think maybe it's a little better than maybe it might be a little better than it being too loose, especially considering how it will affect. But yeah. Probus. He is very chunky. You can see, yeah, he's pretty tall and everything. think he's pretty darn good looking. He compacts pretty well. I mean, if you want to, you don't have to have this compact all the way. We can have it extended out a little bit. You actually need it for a particular thing. I'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, you can see he's got the tread shoulders and everything. He's got a big old stumpy boots, I guess. And a little bit of gray, venting gray here, silver, I guess, belly button. He's got orange. He's got an orange visor, some orange highlighting on his head, and brownish, reddish, like mouth plate. Also, the weird thing is because of the way these, you got the tank treads and stuff here, it kind of almost looks like if you catch the red eye, it almost looks like a whole bunch of shaved plastic or something, which is weird. Yeah, I really like this guy. He's a good, chunky, hefty guy. He looks pretty close to cartoon. Yeah, he looks good. Again, I don't know what these hooks are for, and they can move up and down, but I don't really know what they're for. They don't seem to have any real purpose other than just to move around, I guess. Someone could probably tell me, but I don't really know. Of course, the little machine gun thing, you can just fold the peg back, expose the handle, and of course you can hold it. It's just open hand and move the thumb out of the way. And he's like most of them where it's like he's got a little slot in the back of his hand. You just slot that in and wrap it up in there. He's got a pretty good grip on that, so it's not moving unless you really want it to, which is good. Yeah. Again, looks really good in this mode. The other thing you do is these guns right here from the tank mode. What you can do is extend the turret back, rotate it around, and then this little thing right here, you open that up. And this right here, what you do is you want to rotate the guns so they're facing forward now, like this. You're facing like this, and then this slot right here that goes over that tab right there, and that's this cubby hole. And look, good chance you're actually going to have to extend this all the way out just to get that in there, just to be able to fit it in. There we go. And then bring it up a little bit. And there you go. You can have it right behind him. It kind of makes the backpack a little more bulky, but hey, now you've got shoulder cannons if you want. So there you go. That's a thing you can do if you want to. I'm not sure I'm going to really do this personally, but I think we'll just go ahead and leave this collapsed against the back personally. But if you can, that's the other thing is I've noticed I've had trouble in mine getting this to always collapse cleanly. Sometimes it just fights me no matter how much when I press the button, and other times it's fine. So it makes me tells me that I'm probably not pressing the button correctly or something, but I don't know. Yeah. Articulation though, his head is on a ball joint, so left and right, up and down, mostly down, lots of wiggle. His shoulders these little things on around his neck don't really get in the way too much unless you're trying to look down and over, in which case, yeah, they will get in the way. Shoulders, full 360. Outward that hinge, and then you got this hinge as well, so you can get that fold much outward, just barely touching his head. Got a bicep swivel. You have you technically have a double jointed elbow, but it only gets you this much because of the sculpting. So you got that. He does have a waist swivel, which, hey, look, oh no, it's hindered. Again, just if you want to just extend that out, and now you have full clearance to do a full 360 waist swivel. And you also have, of course, ab crunch, quite a deep ab crunch too, which is nice. And the hand right here, you can get the gun out of the way, and then the thumb's on a ball joint. There's a wrist swivel, and each finger has one knuckle joint, each individually articulated. So you got that. Hips. Again, you got hip skirts coming out of the way. You can nice little ratchet there. Go back about that far before it hits the gun turret or the tank turret. Outward, pretty far. Got a thigh swivel, knees, which if you leave it tabbed in up here, you get about this much knee bend. If you go, you can go a little bit farther than that. Thanks to this, unfortunately stops it from going any further than that. But you got that, and down here, you got the ankles can tilt about that far. You got a little bit, tiny bit of forward movement, not really a lot of back, and guess the toe can fold down and the heel can fold up and down as well if you need that for whatever reason. So yeah, pretty darn good posability. Some, his ankles could stand to be a little bit better, but I think overall it's still pretty solid posability wise. So there's that. So the rest of the team. Gonna have to put them all back here. You can see that. Standing properly. So we can get them all in shot. Probus' gun came off. There you go. All right, back it up. Yeah, you can see there. Yep, there they are standing next to the other. Again, they did the thing of all of them are different heights slightly. I believe Impetus and Frotto are just a little bit. I think Frotto's just a hair shorter. So there's him. But yeah, it's just kind of, they managed to get them all different heights despite the fact that they combine. So there's that. Yeah, so that's the team shot. But yeah, the last accessory is actually for Frotto here, is as they promised, a new head. This one is actually corrected. It's got a little smirk. See that? It's you also got the nose is the correct color, or the nose guard, whatever you want to call that. Now the correct color is no longer silver, and then once again, it's pretty simple. Just unscrew it, and swap it out. I'm going to definitely do that off camera as quick as I can, but yeah, you got that. So yeah. Probus is one heck of a solid dude, and it's one great way to finish it off. I said last time Volatus might be the best one. I think Probus actually might have beaten him out. It's just, he looks great in all modes. The transformation's clever and fun, and it's not too complicated. I think scratched mine up a little bit. Might have said something. Might have scratched a little. Yeah, it's not too complicated. It's clever. It's fun, but he's solid. All his joints work really well. It's just everything about him. You got a bunch of got little options for just if you want to mess with him and all, just pose him, all this stuff. It's just, he works really well, and he just a lot about him is just great. I'm trying to think of any real flaws. Maybe the ankles. Yeah, the ankles don't have a lot of range, unfortunately, or comparatively. I wish they had more range there at the ankles. I wish these tabs on the knees locked in a little better. They kind of come, it's too easy just to accidentally just do that, start bending at the wrong spot a little early. Yeah, he just looks really good. He's just fun to mess with, and he's got all his modes are great, look great. All the leg mode is kind of the ones, he's just kind of a folded up tank thing, but hey. What do you know? I just think he looks great. I think he's my favorite now. He's just, I don't know, maybe this, again, might just be the simply newest one, newest figure, so of course I'm gushing about it, but I can't help but feel that this is the best one of the lot. Just overall the most solid, in general, yeah, just something about him's just great. Yeah, it's just perfect, I think. Just the most solid one of them all, and good proportions and everything. So yeah, I guess that's it for Probus. he's fantastic. Even as a standalone figure, he's really great. He's $110, so of course, if you already got the other 4 guys, you probably already got this guy, because of course you're going to Volatus and get Assaultus. But if you're just looking for a brawl, this is a good brawl. Even without the combining gimmick and whatnot. And, maybe later on you'll actually, go change your mind and go, I'm going to get the full set. I don't know. But I think this is a solid figure overall and worth picking up. $110, it's a pretty good value for it. He's a good size and everything. He feels solid. He's just so much about him. It just works really well. And he's just, again, fun transformation and everything. So, yeah, definitely pick this guy up if you're at all interested in getting Brawl or whatever. And whatnot. So, yeah, definitely. I think this is one of the best third-party Brawls we've gotten. I don't have the other ones, but looking at pictures and other reviews, I definitely am certain that this is the best Brawl. So I think that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining, and hope you enjoyed all that stuff. I hope you check me out on Twitter. I'm on Nemesis Prime 1. You can check out Patreon and Coffee as well. And I hope to see you next time when we finally do the full Assaultus review, and probably also going to do that shoulder ratchet installation, because the official one kind of sucks. So I'll see you then.